Welcome to Building Connections Doral Talks. I'm your host, Betty Gonzalez, your trusted real estate expert right here in Doral, Florida. And today we're diving into an exciting case study where I help a brand new first-time home buyer find their perfect family home right here in Miami using their VA loan. So let me tell you a little bit about my clients and the background about them. So they were both in the Air Force, but they do not live right here in Florida. They actually live up north. They live in the Maryland area up north. I just want to give you all of those fine details. However, they were very prepared. So they just wanted me to help them find a property right here in Miami, but they have a very tight budget. That's why I believe this is a very interesting case studies to bring to you guys, because a lot of you believe that it's not possible to find a single family home right here in Miami within your budget. What you need to do is you had to do what my clients did, get very prepared. So they found these 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms right here in the city of Miami Gardens. What they wanted was a safe area, family-friendly area where they could raise their daughter. So my clients are a young couple, and they just wanted to leave the Miami lifestyle. They wanted to run away from the cold and feel more warmth, and they just wanted to relocate here. Now, the challenge was, as I said, was the price, the budget, that distance, and finding the right team to get them to the finish line. So let me back up and tell you all the due diligence, so that if you're in the same position and this is something that you would like to do, you know exactly what steps to take, as my clients did, in order to get them to where we're at. So I got contacted. They were a referral from one of my trusted mortgage officers. So they send it to me because they know I help clients use their VA loans, and I help them close. That's the key. That I actually get them to the finish line, no matter what. Whatever challenge she has or she believes it could be, she send them to me, especially if they are using the VA loan. So, and this was this wasn't the exception. So here we go. So I got introduced, or they introduced us through an email, and I quickly called them, introduce myself. I welcomed them and gave them, a little bit about how we can work together. They gave me all of the details that they wanted. They gave me the parameters, my left and right boundaries, so that I knew exactly what they were looking for, so that we can aim to get them exactly what they want, because they don't have time to waste. Okay? So if I have time in the rerun, I'm going to put it right here, I'm going to play right now when I was actually doing house hunting with them, so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to pause as if I'm actually recording this.
So that you guys have an idea of how it works. When we go, I bring my water because it gets really thirsty after a while showing. So this is how I do my lists when I'm going to show properties. For example, I've been working with them and they show me everything that they want to come and look at. And then last night I have to narrow it down, because some of those houses that they wanted to see or that are requested to look at, I know you look like a scribble scrabble, because that's what it is. So at the last minute, some houses will come off the market. They get offers. Some people don't want to open the doors, like this one. They say, no, we're not showing anymore. It's tenant occupied, so they don't want to show it anymore. I had a property here in this one that they just canceled on me. I'm going to call the agent to see if we can go ahead and try to do it. So the one that we have that I'm going to show them is this little cute little single family home.
Well, I hope you got it. So yes, so I was able to meet with them, talk to them through Zoom. They told me their criteria. Like I said, they wanted 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, because they have one of the family members they're going to come also live with them, as well as they have a small child. So here we go. We talked, they said, I sent them some properties, they sent me some properties, we went back and forth. We did a very narrow list of the final products. They flew in to Miami on a Friday night. We met on that Saturday very early in the morning. We started the house hunting the Saturday afternoon, early afternoon. We were done looking at properties. They went home, talk about it. They decided which one they wanted to put an offer in, and the offer was done on Sunday because they had to fly on Sunday. By the time they got home, I already have worked on their offer. They got home. We did another Zoom, not in person because they were already back in their hometown. So we went through the Zoom. We went through all of the fine lines in the contract. We submitted them, and then we get a deadline all the way until Tuesday. That Monday, the offer was accepted. Okay. Up to this point, I was just telling you the steps. Now I'm going to tell you the case study of this property because, like I said, this was a VA loan offer. And like I mentioned in the past, a lot of agents are very hesitant about using the VA loan. But the best and the more prepared that your offer is, the stronger the possibilities that they accept your offer. Why? Because presentation matters. So if you send a sloppy offer, if you send something that's missing documentation, or you don't have all of your addendums that it is required within an offer, you are already putting your clients in a position where they don't trust you as a client because the agent that is representing you is not representing you in the best light from the very beginning. Because remember, this other agent, this might be new working with you as an agent as well, and now this you're represented by this agent. So that is the key thing. So it was accepted the first day, first house they put that offer in. And let me tell you, let me back up a little bit. I showed them many properties that day, and and these houses were remodeled. They were like in different areas. I think we even went all the way to West Palm Beach. We were looking all over South Florida, all the way from West Palm Beach all the way down to here, Miami. And I could see the disappointment on either the client's face. Either one person liked the property, the other one didn't love it, but they didn't say anything. You can just automatically know when they see the right house because it's a sparkle in their eyes. You could just see it. So when we walked to this property, first of all, they didn't want to walk in the property because there was a specific building in that street that has been abandoned for some time, and it did not present a good curb appeal for the street. So if I have time as well, I'm going to show it. I'm going to put the picture right here. I didn't think of it until now. So it didn't look as the best area because of this one building. And my clients were like, you know what, Betty, we're not gonna go inside. I was like, oh no. We are here. We might as well just go in. I mean, there's nothing to lose. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you love it, then you do. Sure enough, guys, they were hesitant. They were like, okay. So they came in because they're good sports. My goodness, guys, when I opened that door and they went through this door, I just saw my clients' eyes lit up. Me too. I was very surprised. These 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms was listed at $378,000, and it's over 1,400 square feet. Single family home, no HOAs, and it has been fixed, including the roof, from the roof all the way to the floors, back in 2018. So only 6 years ago, this house has been totally remodeled, including the bathrooms, the kitchens, the cabinets, everything. And it has high ceiling. I was like, oh my God, you can put a beautiful Christmas tree like 7 feet tall. It took me back. The kitchen is huge. It has an island inside of the kitchen. It has this overlooking breakfast area to the living room. Really stunning for the price, given the fact that we have been looking at all these other properties. Even the ones that were remodeled, might have been good, but there was not enough space. The rooms were really small. It was just not conducive. But both bathrooms have access to at least one bathroom. So there's 4 bathrooms. There's 2 in the first floor, 2 on the second floor, and one of the bedrooms in the first floor had access to the bathroom as well as the living room. And on the second floor, then the other bathroom had access to the main bedroom as well as the hallway. Which was perfect for the family members because they have a child. They were going to be with them on the second floor, and the other grown-up that is going to also live with them have access to the bathroom, and then they will have an office. Plus, it has a kitchenette outside of this bathroom, and I'm talking to you, Miami, guys, 1,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It might not sound like a lot for other people, but over here, that's a steal. And I believe the key to this was that one house that a lot of people wouldn't even want to go in. But that comes to show that when you see value, you understand it because you have been preparing and you look what the market has to show and has to offer. And they already knew because we saw at least 4 other houses, and they knew when they saw it that was value there. Plus, it is very close to a main rotary and very close to all of the actions and very close to the beach, which is what our clients want. They just wanted to come to Miami to enjoy the beach and just a sunset in a good up and coming area, which this place is. Now, the other challenge with this property, like I said, was the agent. The agent will make comments such as, well, you understand how difficult this VA loans could be, or you know how these loans, and I would be very stern. I'd be like, well, I do know, and they're not what you're saying. So these loans close, and they could close very fast. So as long as you're dealing with the right lender, because that is the key. Just like you know that you have to have the right agent, you also have to have the right lender. And I'm going to explain to you why. My clients close exactly a month from the day that they got their offer accepted. So they put an offer April 29th, and they close on May 29th. Exactly a month. Okay, so was it the 29th or the 28th? One of those 2 days. And that comes to show that the lender has a lot to do with it, the title company has a lot to do with it, and your agent has a lot to do with it. So here it comes. The appraiser came, and this was the kicker. So it was not a tie water. So for some of you that do not know what the tie water means, the tie water means that the house did not come to the price of the offer price. So they wanted to give us time to come with comps for that. That was not the case this time. That's why I wanted to bring this study to you guys. What happened to this is that they wanted the house to be painted. I'm also going to put a picture here of the email, what the appraiser wanted. There was this paint in the backyard. And you know, anybody that's dealing with real estate, once you have an appraiser, the appraiser takes pictures of the property, the front and the back. And what happened with this specific property, they have like 2-tone of little patches of paint here and there. And they just knew that it wasn't going to go through the process, through the VA. So they just wanted to bring it to the agent's attention to get the seller to just paint this property. So here we go. When this other agent found this out, a lot of panic happened. Very panicky. And I was like, no worries. It did not say it didn't appraise. It just said that it needed this done. Well, she presented it to her client. The client took action the same day. And guess what? Once the pictures were submitted, the appraiser came back. And not only did the house appraise, it appraised above the offer price, which was $380. It appraised for $380, and we were offering $378. So another key point of this property, it was that there was not comps for this property. The only comps that we were able to find as agents was really, really difficult. Were in the 200s. That was because some of the properties on the other areas, remember I told you this is an up and coming area, those properties have been bought, by investors. That's what it looked like. But they haven't been back on the market. They were probably fixed and rented, but not sold. So we have nothing to compare them with. However, the VA loan found the value within this. And I'm going to explain something to you, because this was what the agent told me. She's like, you know how these appraisers are and with the VA? And I was like, yeah, I do know. And what I'm going to tell you is that before a VA appraiser can be a VA appraiser, they have to be an appraiser for the area and have to have experience for at least 5 years of being an appraiser in the area, meaning that they know the area. They don't ask for somebody from another place to come and appraise on this area, because they want to make sure that they're the subject matter expert in the region, in that area. So that's what I explained to the agent. So guess what? By me explaining this to this other agent that's not used to dealing with VA loans, and they just saying what they think or what they hear on the internet, then that makes them feel more at ease. And they're not just thinking that I'm just another agent and do not understand what the process is. But by me reassuring them, it gives them confidence that then they can transfer to their client. Because a confused mind will not make a decision or make the wrong decision. But once I told her, listen, there's nothing to be afraid of. Explain to your client what the VA needs, and then that's it. So once she did, she was able to present it with confidence, because I gave her confidence, and sure enough, and then everything happened. And because everything happened fast, even with that little hiccup, then the client was able to close sooner, because originally we were supposed to close, not even now, we were supposed to close June 11th. I gave them plenty of time, because you want to give plenty of time. But if things are smooth and everybody's willing and able to close early, then that's what happened. The seller and my buyers came to an agreement that they were ready to move forward, and they were able to close sooner. But this wouldn't happen if they didn't have the right lender, because my client were already underwritten. When they gave me that approval letter, it was already underwritten, and my clients were prepared, and they submitted all of the paperwork that they're requesting from them fast and on time. So people have preferences. My ideal clients, the best clients so far, and I'm not trying to be biased, are the military clients, because when you ask them for something, they're always prepared. They're ready. And if they're not prepared, what do you need? By when? And they give it to you, because everything moves as fast as you provide them with the information. So the goal was to get them a property in Miami, hopefully with no HOA, so that they could have a better monthly payments. That's another thing. When the properties in an HOA community, the HOA itself could take up to 30 days to approve you. So sometimes it will take longer depending on where the property is located, if it has an HOA and what kind of HOA. So like I was saying, so they wanted to come to Florida, and they wanted to do it fast. My client were doing their due diligence to try to get their jobs to be virtual. They did that. They were prepared. We found the property in 1 day of looking. We submitted the first offer for the first property that they liked, that they thought they were not gonna like. Something came up with the paint. And for those of you that do not understand what this paint is with the VA, is a safety issue. So people talk about the VA about, oh, there's a problem with the VA appraiser, or this inspections. It's not an inspection, it's an appraiser, because the VA does not require you to do an inspection. However, you will have to have an inspection, because otherwise the insurance wouldn't insure you if they don't know how the roof is looking and all this other stuff. But for the VA, the appraiser is mandatory. And within those, they have boundaries, or they have to look for things that could be a health or safety issue. And one of those is paint. If they have anything that might look like shipping paint, that poses a health concern, so they will address it. And until that's not fixed, they're not gonna be able to give you the value. Or whatever it is. So, for example, another thing that they will look for that was health concern, let's say safety. If you're going up the stairs and it doesn't have rails on the stairs, well, that would be a safety concern. And they will, as they go in through the appraisal process and they see if one of those stoves are missing, then they will address that, as well as heating in the property and stuff. So they just want to make sure that you have the basic needs, safety and health issues out of the way. Besides the house, obviously, appraising that is a habitable, good, strong property for the VA buyer, because the VA always have the best interest in mind for the service member. So again, the strategy was we're going to have to look at these properties. I showed them different properties that were remodeled in different, all of the, from West Palm Beach all the way down to Miami. And even the ones that they didn't want to see, they didn't feel comfortable, I still show it to them. And the moral of the story is the VA does go through the process, and it does work if you let it work. But the key is your client have to have a strong agent that understand the other agent and learn how to communicate so that they can feel comfortable and confident that your loan is going to close. Because as any of you will know, any loan doesn't have to close. And the main thing are the parties involved in the transactions that will make or break any deal. So anyway, guys, my clients are now happy owners. They have the keys on hand. They're already moving into their property, and they were able to get this done because they were proactive. They knew exactly what they wanted, and they have the right people in their team, meaning the right lender and the right agent. So as soon as we proposed to the lenders, we wanted to close sooner. It was not a problem. They were able to do this because my clients have already been pre-approved and they were already underwritten. So that was very easy. Now, guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, if you feel that this is something that you would like to do yourself, but you just don't know what it is to do, who to have on your team, like what kind of lenders, I would be glad to offer you a few of the lenders that could help you specifically with your needs. You might be a VA buyer or you might not. You might be a FHA, conventional loan. It does not matter. You can reach out to me, and if you don't have a lender, I will offer at least 3 that specializes in the loan that you want to use so that you could be better represented. So at the end, you can actually win the house you love. Again, guys, this is Betty Gonzalez. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to Building Connections Doral Talks. I know I just wanna give this disclaimer. I haven't been as consistent in the past few weeks, and that is because I was hospitalized and I had some stuff going on healthy wise. And I'm also in a transition of moving offices. I'm building a new office in my property and a new studio that I am excited to show to you soon. So hopefully I will be more consistent and bring to you more value. Just make sure if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And just please hit the like and follow me or follow me on YouTube and here on Facebook as well. Guys, thank you for tuning in again. See you next week in Building Connections Doral Talks. Have a great day and a great weekend. Bye.
Real quick, calling all Doral professionals, entrepreneurs, and community influencers. Are you ready to showcase your business, share your knowledge and experience with our engaged audience? Building Connections Doral Talks invites you to become a guest speaker on our podcast. Share your unique perspectives and inspiring stories with our listeners. We believe in the power of your voice in shaping the conversations right here in Doral. Click the link below to submit your information and be part of our next episode. Join us in building connections, sharing knowledge, and growing together. Don't miss this opportunity to be a featured guest on Building Connections Doral Talks. Tune in, connect, share, and grow together with Building Connections Doral Talks, reshaping the way we engage with the diverse voices of Doral,
one guest at a time. Doral Talks, your voice, our community. Click the link now on the show notes, the screen, or in the comments below, or just scan the QR code to submit your information as a guest. I hope to see you soon. See you in the next podcast. Bye.